Good afternoon. I'm Councillor Tim Needham, Chair of Council, and I would like to welcome you all to this extraordinary full council meeting. Please be seated. We are not expecting a fire practice, but in the event of hearing the fire alarm, please leave the chamber and turn right, proceed down the stairway and through the emergency exit on the ground floor. Please assemble in the public square in front of Cast, beyond the fountain. Anybody with mobility issues should wait in the refuge area near the lift and use the intercom to call for assistance. This meeting will be recorded and published on the Council's YouTube channel. By entering the Council chamber, you are accepting that you will be recorded and your images will be retained and broadcast by the Council. If anyone is intending to record or film any part of today's meeting, please ensure that this does not disturb proceedings. Please ensure mobile phones are switched to silent mode. Would members please note that there has recently been some issues with microphones. If there is any feedback whilst you are talking, please try to gently straighten the microphone to a more upright position and it should subside. Finally, can I remind everyone that this is an extraordinary meeting. There are no questions from the public or questions with or without notice to the Mayor, Cabinet, Chairs of Committees by elected members. The purpose of the meeting is to consider the appointments of Chairs and Vice Chairs to committees as set out in the report. No other business will be considered. Thank you. Item 1, apologies for absence. I have received apologies for absence from Councillors Guy Aston, Jane Kidd, Gerald Squire and Will Shaw. Are there any other apologies for absence?
So it's Steve Barnett, Joan Briggs, and that's it. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Item 2, to consider if the public and press are to be excluded from the meeting. There are no exempt items on today's agenda. Item 3, declarations of interest. If anyone has an interest in any item on today's agenda, please can they declare it now or as soon as it becomes known to them. Has anybody got any to declare? Okay, thank you. Can I also ask, it's not really relevant, but if you did so, could you declare and complete the form of the declaration of interest and give it to one of the Governor's officers after the meeting? Okay, thank you. Item 4, revisions to the appointments of chairs and vice chairs of committees. Members will be aware that this extraordinary meeting has been called following the receipt of a requisition signed by 5 members of the Council to appoint 2 vacant chair and vice chair positions on committees. As the item of business also includes amending a previous decision of Council within the past 6 months and reviewing current chair and vice chair positions, a further requisition of a motion on notice proposed by Councillor Guy Aston and seconded by Carl Hughes has been received by the Chief Executive. Nominations to the chair and vice chair positions under consideration are set out in Table 1 and 2 of Appendix A to the report. However, following liaison with group leaders, a revised appendix detailing amendments and nominations to chair and vice chair positions has been circulated. For the sake of clarity, we shall refer to this Appendix 1. Additional copies are available if required. Members, I assume you have read the report and understand the business under consideration. Councillor Guy Aston has proposed today's motion, but he is unable to attend and in his absence has nominated Councillor Carl Hughes to speak. Councillor Hughes, would you like to speak? You have 10 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. I am pleased to propose this motion. When committee appointments were first made following the May elections, the process had to be completed quickly to allow the new council to begin its work. At that time, many of us were newly elected and still finding our feet, so positions were filled in good faith, but without the benefit of seeing how members' skills and experience would develop in practice. Over the past 5 months, all groups, including Reform, have gained valuable experience through scrutiny, audit and policy work. We have learned a great deal about the complexity of Doncaster's challenges, from the medium-term financial strategy and the pressures on service budgets to the major commitments around Doncaster Sheffield Airport and its delivery deadlines. These are demanding issues that require strong leadership, balanced judgment and effective cross-party working. Recognising this, the Reform Group has undertaken a skills and abilities audit supported by our newly appointed political advisor, who held one-to-one discussions with members to assess where each person's strengths lie. The outcome is a refreshed and more capable team of nominees for committee leadership positions, individuals ready to contribute constructively and collaboratively to the work ahead. Importantly, these proposals are not about partisanship. They reflect a mature, balanced approach. Under this motion, Conservative councillors will take up vice-chair roles on both the Overview and Scrutiny Management Committee and the Audit Committee, while Labour colleagues will continue to hold 2 vice-chair positions elsewhere. That ensures political balance, continuity and a fair reflection of the Chamber as it stands today. With the Council facing critical months ahead, including scrutiny of the 26-27 budget, major financial reports and the detailed business case for the airport, it is right that our committees are led by the most experienced and best placed members available. This motion therefore represents a practical forward-looking step to strengthen governance, utilise the experience now gained and ensure we are collectively ready for the important work ahead. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. As Councillor Colliers has proposed the motion, I understand the new seconder of the motion is to be Councillor Rachel Reid. Councillor Reid, would you like to speak? You have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chair. I am pleased to second this motion. Since the May elections, this council has moved through its early settling period and gained real experience of the scale of work before us, particularly around the upcoming budget cycle, financial scrutiny and the complex programme to reopen Doncaster Sheffield Airport. These are major undertakings that demand strong, balanced leadership. Following a structured review and one-to-one discussions led by our newly appointed political advisor, it's clear that new skills and capacities have emerged within our group and across the chamber. The proposed adjustments make use of that talent, bringing in Conservative vice-chairs for the Overview and Scrutiny Management Committee and the Audit Committee, while Labour colleagues retain 2 vice-chair roles elsewhere to ensure continuity and fairness. This motion simply strengthens our governance arrangements at a vital time and ensures that the committees leading this work have the right people in place to meet the challenges ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Reid. Does any member wish to speak on this item? Councillor Nevitt.
It's myself, Councillor Dave Knight. If I can please just ask here in consideration, have the potential appointees been given the appropriate guidance that they will need for the new positions that they wish to may be taking? But also on table 2, it is noted that all 3 positions have been here represented by Guy Aston in the chair and vice chair of Councillor Jason Charity. Now, I sort of question this because should the appointer be the judge and the jury, how can these 2 take all 3 positions throughout section table 2? So what I was asking here was, could I voice a motion here that this whole matter be deferred till a later date, if I may please, Chair?
You will need to make an amendment and you will need a seconder. Does anybody wish to second Councillor Knight's amendment? Councillor Hughes, please, would like to speak, and then followed by Councillor Marriott.
I haven't pressed, sorry. I haven't touched it.
You were on the screen, I apologise. Councillor Marriott, please.
I'll second Councillor Knight.
We need the amendment in writing, so so we can pass it around people. So you're quite right to ask, and you've been seconded. So that's what we need to do. So we need to you need to write down what it is that you want to amend. So yeah. So as a result of that, I would adjourn the meeting for 5 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you, everybody. Councillor Knight, would you please read out your amendment?
Thank you, Chair. I ask that this matter be deferred to the next full council meeting, as it would be more equitable if the chairs of the committees identified at table 2 were allocated to different councillors to ensure any appeals or investigations can be carried out objectively. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Knight. Just for clarity, we're only discussing in your amendment table 2 and not table 1.
Chair, thank you.
Councillor Marriott, as seconder, do you wish to say anything?
I'll yeah, I'll second that amendment.
Does any member wish to speak on this amendment? Councillor Jones.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Just to ask and request, Chair, that can we have a recorded vote on this amendment, please?
Okay, thank you. In terms of that, we need 13 people to approve that, and that is the size of the second biggest party. And so if you want to do that by show of hands, please. We need Okay, that's carried. Thank you. Councillor Hughes, you have your right of reply on the amendment.
I have nothing further to add, Chair. Thank you.
So that means we move forward then to a vote on the amendment. So that will be using your electronic system. And we can vote. There we go. So thank you. So can I remind members not to press the buttons until I have opened the vote? And please be aware that your vote will not count when the vote has been closed. Please press either green for yes, red for no, and white to abstain. Okay, I'm opening the vote. Okay, then. Okay, thank you. Oh, sorry, yes, I said it to myself. I'm closing the vote, thank you. So, that's 2 yeses, 12 abstains, and 34 noes. So that amendment has not been approved. Okay, thank you. Which now takes us then back on to, let me get the papers right order. Okay, so the nominations to the positions of chairs and vice chairs set out in the revised document and set out Appendix 1 have been proposed and seconded. And so we need to go to a vote on those. So are they agreed? Do we? So it's a recorded vote again, so we've asked for that. So that goes back to the voting system, so I'll read it again. Can I remind members not to press your buttons until I have opened the vote, and please be aware that your vote will not count when the vote has been closed. So yes, so now we've got the motion, we've had an amendment, the amendment's not been passed, so now we're going back to the original original motion. Is that okay? We clear on that? So we are agreeing on the appointment of vice and vice chairs as Appendix 1. Okay, thank you. So back to the vote then. Don't press your buttons until I've opened the vote. Please be aware that your vote will not count when the vote has been closed. Please press either green button for yes, red button for no, and a white button to abstain. I am now opening the vote. Okay, I'm closing the vote. Thank you. So the results, as you can see, 34 yes, 13 abstain, and 1 no. So that means that the motion is carried. Back to my... Okay, so Appendix 1, the votes have been agreed. Members, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the business at today's meeting. I now declare the meeting closed.